Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Wednesday, the 8th of December, comes to you from London. And we start by looking at the dollar index. A bit more red on the screens this morning. Remembering this is my weekly, daily, and 60-minute chart, the long-term, medium-term, and short-term view of the market with the corresponding point and figure targets. And we're seeing that the dollar is bullish on all three time frames. So that means that the euro is looking weaker on the medium and long-term frame, but the shorter-term frame, we are seeing a little bit of recovery this morning, but still bearish on all three time frames. So dollar strength very much the theme. Sterling is sitting at 132.39, so just has struggled really to get above the clouds there, both on the medium and short-term charts. So increasingly we're looking to downside targets on sterling. We've got this one to 130, 33 and 131, so that's what we're watching at the moment. Against the euro, sterling actually sitting at 117.29 has pulled back. Interest rate worries in the UK have receded, and that's driven sterling lower, and we're still seeing overall the trend is up, but we've seen a fall away more recently. Bitcoin's just holding the $50,000 mark. The $83,000 target still in train on both the medium and long-term charts. We're back above the cloud on the short term, so we are seeing a recovery of sorts there. The S&P 500 index had a strong showing yesterday, up 2%. Not enough yet to take us to a new high, but really just taking us off the bottom. 4,500 is now the support level. That's really clear. We've tested it twice. We've got some resistance now playing through at around 4.7. So it'll be interesting to see how we play out against that. Can we make a new high? Again, interest rates fears in the US have receded with the Omicron variant of the virus coming through, and just fears that's going to have effect on economies. So the Fed is going to be reluctant, as are most other central banks, to raise rates. The futures up this morning. We're seeing the S&P future up 0.2%. The Nasdaq future a stronger showing, up 0.4%. Had a strong day yesterday. The VIX volatility is still above 20, but a long way from that 30 area. So that fear index is back under control for now. The FTSE future is up 1/3%. The DAX in Germany is down very slightly. We're seeing obviously the Chancellor change over there today, but we are back into bullish territory on the short term, and again 15,000 is a very clear level on the DAX that we have to watch now. The CAC Quarante is up 1/4%. Tokyo was up 3/4%, and the Hang Seng in India, the Sensex in India are up 1.7%, so looking stronger there. Asia broadly higher. We'll look at the energy mix in a minute. Soft commodities are relatively flat this morning. Gold just struggling to break through that $1,800 mark. Still an issue there for gold, and that's certainly holding back. We need to break that $1,800 level on gold. So we are very much in a sideways range there for now. Looking at the 10-year yield, sitting at 146, down slightly. That did pull off the upside target on the chart. So we're seeing now moves back to lower levels on yield. So bond markets holding up, as we've said, on the reality that the Fed is likely to not take action. If we look at Brent Crude, we're down 1/3% this morning. We did actually cover this today. We're neutral on oil, bullish still on emissions, and neutral on gas and German power. We use this traffic light system here, so really key, and you can run through the chart. So we put that out to our energy clients first thing every morning. And so looking at what's happened since that's gone out this morning, we've seen US nat gas pushing higher. We had mixed feelings about gas. We were still bearish below the cloud, hence the neutral call. Emissions just driving higher all the time. We're sitting at 1.92. These prices coming from Refinitiv Icon, by the way, but it doesn't matter where they're coming from. This chart, this list down here is Bloomberg, so I'm running on both Bloomberg and Icon simultaneously. So the chart now coming from Bloomberg, so it doesn't really matter whichever one you want to look at. MBP is sitting 3% higher this morning, so looking a bit stronger now. We've got a new upside target, but not much more to play for there. And TTF also, we've got mixed targets in both directions, making the call a bit more tricky, but we are back above the cloud on the 60-minute after yesterday's move, so that is looking more positive. We might see on the daily cloud some resistance. And if we look at German power, up 6% there, that's looking pretty strong, pushing to new highs. So really, really strong. Of course, we're near the contract end. If we look at 2023, next year's contract, that's surging as well. So we are seeing power markets going nuts. And if we look at Nordic power, that's also surging to new highs as well. And again, we were bullish on that this morning. Just a last quick look at coronavirus stats. This is coming from our Weldon data. Remember, in Updata, you can run lots of different data services in simultaneously. This is a free service that all versions of Updata are compatible with. And we see here how France, the stats are going right up, 662 cases per million versus the UK at 701. So France really catching up there. Germany sitting at 661, very level with France, obviously a similar number. But the growth in these rates in Europe is a little bit of a concern. The US and the UK seem to have flattened theirs a little bit more. We are seeing some places now starting to come down, like Austria, which obviously had very high rates. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.